what it's like to be the guy that ruins Usual Suspects for somebody else.
Well, it's funny because like right before we started this, Sohail and I were talking about Sohail's the producer. Say hi, Sohail.
Hi, Sohail.
He wasn't.
Yeah,
There we go.
there
But
it is.
he's never seen Usual Suspects, and he was like, "What is that about?" And I was like, "Do you want me to ruin the ending?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't care." And then I tell him the whole story in
it's
the
so
ending.
good.
He's like, "I wish you wouldn't have told me that."
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, you asked for it.
What are movies
Victim
that
blaming.
what are movies that
Victim
you
blaming.
I revoked my consent.
Okay, yeah.
what are movies that you've spoiled for people besides Usual Suspects?
Well, it's hard for me because the way I consume movies, very quickly I forget what the movie was. So I can rewatch. I know Die Hard's great, but in 8 months to a year, I can watch it again and enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed it last month when I watched it for Christmas.
Well, Die Hard's a classic. I mean, I get that
Right.
applies.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, there's some movies that are maybe not classics that I can rewatch given a few years.
like Schindler's List.
There's three.
Yeah, 3 times.
Well, the thing is about Schindler's List, that's a classic, but I don't know. The humor, I don't know where we're at today yet.
Yeah.
Schindler's List is good. It's not my favorite comedy, but it's up there.
It's pretty funny that you'd say that in
Uh,
today's world. See how I kept saving myself with each word that I said. So I've spoiled the endings for things before.
like what?
I spoiled Sixth Sense for my entire, 9th grade class.
Good for you.
I felt like it needed, because my whole thing is it was a good twist. It's probably the best twist. Arguably one of the best, right?
Yeah, but as a young person seeing it, because I don't know when that came out, but
It's a boring movie for a young guy.
No, but for a young guy, it's like, oh my God, oh my God, the end. I was like, who saw that coming?
Did you see it coming?
And then you get older and you're like, oh, everyone saw that coming. You just have to be a little bit older. But like, I think I think I did spoil that movie in the theater though, because I think I was with my friend. I said, he's dead, isn't he? And my friend was like, who told you?
Really?
Yeah, I think I.
But did
spoiled it
they
in the
tell you
theater.
there was a big spoiler?
No.
Because I will say that was one of the movies where it was like, hey, if you spoil this, you're a bastard. Because it was so good.
But M. Night
You know what I
Shyamalan,
mean?
but now like every movie has one of those like
No,
trying
every
way.
M. Night Shyamalan movie has one of
That's
those.
what I'm saying. M. Night
he
Shyamalan
painted himself into a corner.
He
with the
has to
tricky
have-
endings.
Yeah, I think that's his move for the next movie is not have a tricky ending.
That would be the
Where
most.
people are like just always on edge.
Did you see the one with Mark Wahlberg and plants? That sucked.
Mark Wahlberg, what?
Is that the old island one?
No, that one.
That was so funny.
My theory on that is M. Night Shyamalan. Everything old or wrinkled or whatever it is, he was
Wrinkle.
it would basically you go on this island and all of a sudden after you get out of the water you're old. So I think what happened is he sat in the bath for a real long time and they looked at his fingers and he was like, oh, I've got an idea, or eureka, or whatever he says. But his movies all have a tricky haha that I can't get behind anymore.
So here's the thing is, and I'm going to make myself look real stupid. I don't like movies that make you think. I like vanilla. I'm here for the entertainment. Don't let me run through mental gymnastics movies. Kind of like because I saw The Menu last night. The Menu was very vanilla. It was very basic. It was good, and it had a little bit of ups and downs and turns and twists.
So would you say that The Menu was pretty vanilla to the palate, although there was some spice thrown in for flavor?
Yes. Okay. I see what you're doing there. No, but I'm bringing this up because the was it Claire Joy Fione,
Yeah, I said
whatever her name is, and
Yeah.
Flair and Joy
Anya
Flame-
Taylor Joy.
And Flaherty.
and Taylor, Anya Taylor Joy.
Yes.
So at the end of the movie, to spoil it for you and anybody else, she basically is like, your food is joyless. It's just a mental gymnastics expression of whatever. And that's how I feel about movies at times. When like if I see a trailer and a movie's like, it's got all this, they're just trying too hard.
Yeah,
You know?
I think for M. Night, his run of Sixth Sense, Signs, and The Village, like those, in my opinion, were amazing. And then,
Right.
But Don't Worry, Darling reminded me of The Village. That was
Sixth Sense, You said it was in Sixth Sense.
Signs,
Signs.
and then The Village.
Which one was Signs?
The
Signs
aliens.
was the Gibson one, the Mel Gibson one. It was
Okay.
like that was Mel Gibson's last massive movie.
In The Village was the one where
Joaquin Phoenix
and
and the guy went full.
yes,
The other guy
yes.
went full.
but is that the one with
Adrian Brody?
Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody went full for that movie.
that's The Village?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Is that the one where they're in
I
a small
know.
town in the middle of forest?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's actual like, and it's set in the 1800s, but
The monsters, but they aren't really monsters.
they're not really monsters.
Yeah, the monsters are us.
And it has and
All
the,
of them
the
have been
main
through a tragedy.
the main character is Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
plays a blind girl.
That was our first movie.
Oh,
She
no way.
wasn't blind.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, it was her first role.
Yeah, she wasn't blind. Let's cancel her.
She played a blind girl. I didn't believe. I couldn't. I would when they told me at the end that she could actually see. I was like, wait, what? Are you sure?
She's
Because
an
there was
actor.
times in that movie where it looked like she couldn't see anything. You
I
know?
didn't know Joaquin Phoenix was in that movie.
Yeah, and also the other guy,
Who's the other guy?
Adrian Brody, who at the beginning I didn't know that his character was simple-minded. At the beginning, I just thought he was like the village jerk because there's those noises and he's like laughing.
See, but
and I thought
going
the
back-
laugh was a weird way of like laughing.
But going
if he
back to
wasn't
my
simple-
point is, I don't remember that movie well enough.
oh, it blew my mind. I saw
I've seen it, but I have no clue what you're talking about. I didn't even know. The only person I remember in that movie was Ron Howard's a daughter, and I think it's just only because like that was like her first breakout movie.